Hey y'all, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. Long one today, so just jumping right into it. I've already got my tips applied. I used pre-made tips this time and also decided to switch some other things up. I'm using my Born Pretty dehydrator and primer and Born Pretty base coat. I am using Mia Secret hard gel today. So yeah, this is the clear and then the nude. It says nude glitter mix. I wrote that on top because I mixed some glitter into it. Just a very fine iridescent white glitter, dime a dozen. You can find these anywhere and everywhere. But yeah, that's the original nude color just with glitter. So I'm going to be using some of these 4-pointed stars going on AliExpress. Some of this glitter that I got from Sakis in Stars Crossed. And oh my god, just wait till y'all see this glitter in gel. It's so pretty. I've already done my pointer nail. It was just a solid nail of that nude. So yeah, with the length of this video, I cut it out. So let's see, middle nail. Okay, this one is going to be like a glitter fade from the tip of my nail down, like a French fade, I guess. So I want the nude for color, basically, behind it. So I've got a thin layer that I have put on and cured. And now I'm going to kind of build up the color over like the nail bed part of my nail and kind of just fade it off. So yeah, I'm not putting this particular hard gel on this nail for strength or anything. I just want the color. So I'm going to build it up to the thickness that I think I'm going to need. And then I can just, if I need more gel on it for apex strength, all that stuff, I can do that with clear later. So yeah, once I got that first layer on and cured, and then I got my slip layer on, then now I am pulling this next scoop down to a little over halfway and just kind of, I'm not really worried about the fade too much because it's going to be covered up with glitter. And yeah, I'm going to flip my hand upside down for just a second and then cure this. And I can see it's still a little thin color-wise. So I'm going to put a little more on, cure that, and then we'll move on. Okay, so I did the nail bed of this French nail. I cut it out of the video because it was horrible, terrible, awful. Some of the worst sculpting I've ever done. So yeah, I cut it out. And like I said earlier, for length. But yeah, that was, oh god, it was ugly. And I'm still not happy with this French nail even a little bit. So yeah. Sorry I cut it out, but y'all are really not missing anything other than just a massive train wreck. So, okay. So I'm done with the nude gel, so that's gone. Now it's going to be clear and glitter. So, for my pinky nail and my thumb, they're going to be the same. They're going to be, well, not full glitter nails, but like glitter fades. So I'm getting a clear layer of gel down first and curing it for adhesion, basically, because you don't want glitter sitting right on your nail. It doesn't stick. So yeah, for adhesion and for like a cushion to file back to when these are ready to come off. So okay, so I got that thin layer cured, and now I just put a slip layer, or no, I put another thin layer on my pinky nail and doing the same to my middle nail. And it's just enough to sink some glitter into, basically, to cure glitter down. So yeah, about the thickness you would do like a slip layer, just very thin. And once I get that where I want it, and I'm just putting it on the middle nail in the places that on the tip where I want the glitter. So then I'm going to put some glitter into that uncured gel. I like using this ombre brush for glitter application like this. I dipped it into the tip of my nail to get it sticky, so it will actually pick the glitter up. And then I'm going to work on my little glitter fade here. I want it full coverage over like my nail bed and then fading off up the nail. And yeah, we're going to take a second to talk about this glitter. Is that not the prettiest hollow glitter you've ever seen? I don't know what makes it so different. Like, it's the color tone of it or something. I don't know. It has more of a like pinky purpley kind of hollow, but it's still silver. I don't know how to describe it, but man, y'all think it's pretty on camera. You should see it in person. It's like even like twice, 3 times as pretty in person. It's just so pretty. And here in a second, when I pull those 4-pointed stars over, which are also silver hollow, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like the contrast between the two glitters. They're just the tones of them. Anyway, yeah, this is one of the glitters I got in that big order. Gosh, back before Christmas. I think this is one that they sent me for free. I can't remember if I picked this one or not. But either way, I'm glad I've got it because, yeah, look at it. But yeah, what I'm doing here is just trying to get everything down flat and then fade it up or down my nail, whichever way I'm going here. So, yeah, once I have that the way I want it, then I'm going to pull in these 4-pointed stars here, and they're going to go mostly on the tip of this nail and where the fade is trying to fade off on the middle nail. I don't know. I just had them laying around, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to throw them in this set too. I just thought that they would look really cool. And I almost forgot. This, the pinky nail and the thumb were inspired by another Lisa Frank set I saw, and I can't remember the nail artist's name. She's on Instagram. I'll put it up here on the screen, and I will link her video in the description box. But yeah, she did a set of Lisa Frank nails with like rainbow jelly ombre over glitter like I'm gonna do. And yeah, I just thought it was really cool. And she had some stars and stuff in there, and I thought, yeah, I've got stars, I'm gonna put mine in there. So yeah, and here I picked up a few too many of these little stars, so I thought, well, I'll see if they'll stick over top of the glitter. And I can't remember if they did or not, but I mean, you can't really see them anyway over top of that other glitter, so it doesn't really matter. But so yeah, I'm just getting everything patted down here. I'm going to take my little orange wood stick and just make sure everything's sucked down into that glitter and is not sticking over the edges or, you know, poking out onto my skin. Everything's where I want it. That kind of thing. So yeah, and I'm sorry for the blurriness here. My phone, I tell my phone to focus on the hand that I'm working on. Most of the time it cooperates, but sometimes it just doesn't. And you know, my phone, it's, you know, the phone that belongs to me, and it knows I love glitter, so I guess it thought I wanted it was just doing what it thought I would want it to do. So yeah, look at the pretty glitter. So yeah, once I have that where I want it, give it a cure, and those are done. So now, what are we going to do now? Oh, it's encapsulation time. So I'm going to encapsulate every nail that has glitter on it in this clear horror gel from Mia Secret. This is actually a really good gel. I don't use it a lot, but I mean, it's really nice too. The consistency is very, very similar to the LGN Pro. I will say that I noticed after using that LGN Pro gel for so long, this Mia Secret heats up a lot more when you cure it. Like a lot more. It kind of surprised me. It had been so long since I used this brand of gel. But yeah, it definitely heats up when you cure it. So just be careful if you're going to use it. It's a good affordable gel. You can find it on Amazon. But yeah, you do get a heat spike off of it. So just be aware. But so yeah, I'm gonna encapsulate this glitter. I left this nail in for, the full nail. It takes a little going back and forth, but yeah, I left this one in completely. I know some of y'all do like to watch the sculpting, and I understand that. I do too. So yeah. So I got what I thought was enough glitter. I thought was enough clear hard gel on here. But once I started looking at it, it just wasn't quite enough. So I'm going to put a little more on. And if I can, I like to go ahead and put uncured gel with uncured gel. I mean, you can always add it on top after you cure. That's, it's not a problem. But I like to add it while it's all uncured if I can. If it's not going to cause a problem for getting it to cure, as far as like the gel is too pigmented, but with clear you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it makes a smoother nail in the end, I think. So yeah, that's why I went ahead and added more now instead of doing it after I cured it. So yeah, once I finish messing around with this one and get it the way I like, I'm going to cure it. Okay, so I got all my glitter encapsulated. The French, I got the nail bed filed. It still looks terrible, I think. God, I hate this French nail. I don't like it at all. I think it just looks awful. The nail bed's too short. The shape isn't right. It just, when I put the decal on later, you'll see. We'll talk about it more, but. So anyway, what I'm doing here is I'm going to be encapsulating my decal. I wanted to do the Lisa Frank decals from 77 Nails, and I just thought that encapsulated, it would look really cool. I could have just done it on top of a finished nail, just painted on like a white French and put the decal on just the French part, but I had to get all fancy and I regret it. Next time I will definitely just do this on top of the nail, but so yeah, what I'm doing here is just getting the white on, because she recommends that you put white behind almost all of her decals. And I'm not worried about if it gets over top of that nail bed. That will file away. It's not a big issue. So yeah, I'm getting that on there and getting it cured. And oh yeah, before I cure it, I'm pulling that white up into those wings. But I did want to tell you all, with the whole 77 Nails stuff, where she was having trouble getting her packages out and everything. She finally posted on Instagram. She was having mental health issues, and the business kind of took a hit because of that. And I mean, I understand that, having the mental health issues. That's why I didn't post last week. My mental health was just not great. So yeah, sorry there was no video last week. But so yeah, she's back up and running again. She's added some new stuff to the website, some like charms and rhinestones and stuff, and some new decals. She came out with some new stuff, Gem and the holograms, Rainbow Bright. She brought back the Supernatural decals. I mean, just yeah. Okay, I'm pointing to that decal, but I'm going to use the one circled in red. The other one was just too it wasn't wide enough to cover the whole nail. So that's what I was pointing out there. But okay, so I got the decal soaked in the water. I'm cutting it down the center. I probably should have done that before I put it in the water, but it didn't really make a difference. So I put that little slit in it so it would go around the nail bed easier, which I think that kind of did help. But I don't know. This one, it just looks kind of strange. I don't know. After the nail is finished and top coated and everything, it kind of looks weird. I don't know I don't know. Yeah, it definitely would look better if I'd done this on top of the nail, on top of a finished nail. So yeah, if I ever want to do a French decal again, that's what I'll do. Or I'll just buy her French decals next time. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get that decal down in around that nail bed and down, smooth, get all the wrinkles and bubbles out, and just work it around that nail bed as best as I can. But yeah, back to her new decals. Man, if I had seen those Rainbow Bright ones in time, that's what this set would have been. I mean, I feel like Rainbow Bright and Pride is just like peanut butter and jelly, man. The two things just go perfectly together. But so does Lisa Frank. So, yeah, this set, I don't know. I'm not sold on it yet. So, anyway, I got the decal all smoothed down like I want it. I'm trying to start trimming away the excess here. And, again, not worried about it hanging over the top of my nail bed just yet. That will either trim away or file away. When you go down the sides to get the excess decal off, you want to file down only. Don't go back and forth or up and down because it will rip that decal right back off of your nail. So yeah, just go down only and you should be fine. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to get that decal trimmed around the edges, and that's where we are here. And I got it all off the top of my nail bed, and yeah, everything's good. So she recommends you go over her decals with a base coat after they are in place and dry. So that's what I'm doing here. Just a nice thin base coat is the one I'm using here. It's very like watery thin. I've had this bottle around forever. I can't believe I'm not running out of it yet. This is the same one I've been using. So this is the only one of these I've bought. So it must be like a bottomless or something. I don't know. But so yeah, get that on there, get that cured, and that's where we are now. So that was just me saying it still looks like shit, but oh well. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to work on encapsulating this French tip now. So this first little bit of gel, I put it on like that to make sure I got it all up around that like wall of the nail bed. Make sure there's no big air bubbles, because clear gel is like a liquid magnifying glass. It just amplifies everything that it's over top of. So yeah, I'm trying to make sure there's no big bubbles or anything in that little wall there. And I think I go in with 2 layers of this clear too. I think I decide after I get the first one on that it's just not quite enough. So yeah, I think you'll see me do this twice. And so I'll just let y'all watch, and I will shut up for a little bit because I've been talking a lot. Okay, so I'm just jumping back in real quickly here to show you all something. Here in just a second, I'm going to zoom way in, and right there on the sides of my nails, watch how that gel draws down to the center of the nail. That's what I'm looking for when I turn my hand over. I'm watching it from the bottom and watching those sides get slimmer and slimmer as the gel gets pulled to the middle. So, yeah, that's something you can watch while you got your hand flipped over. And you can also look at it, lift it up at eye level and look at it from the side. But yeah, that's the main thing I look for right there, is as the sides get slimmer and slimmer. So yeah, this is where I decided I didn't have quite enough. It wasn't quite thick enough. So I'm going to add a little more. But yeah, I just thought that I got a really good shot of it, I thought, and I just thought I would share that little tip with you all. Just, as the thing that I'm looking for when I do that. So, yeah. Okay, so everything is cured. All my gel is on there. And now I need to wipe them, file them, buff them, shape them, all that stuff. And there's a last little shot of that hollow glitter in that clear gel. Oh, I love that glitter. It's so pretty. I'm so glad I finally used it. Okay, everything is filed. That's a little preview of what I'm going to do on my pinky nail. That was kind of like a test to see how it looked. But yeah, and again, I was just saying, ugh, that French nail is terrible. And that was showing you the thickness of them. The end of that pointer nail is kind of sheer color gel wise, but I'm not worried about it. It's getting so many layers on top here coming. So yeah, I wasn't really worried about it. So okay, so I got a new set of gel polishes that I decided not to do just a video on. It's a set of 6 jellies. These are all the colors. I'm going to be using all of them except for the hot pink. Looking back, I wish I had switched out the hot pink for the red in this set and used it instead, but this still looks fine. This is more rainbow color. Red is more of a, typical rainbow color anyway. So, okay, so like I said, I'm going to do this now exactly the same as that thumbnail, just a rainbow ombre going down the nail. Jelly polishes like this are the easiest ones to blend. Well, jellies and like glitter polishes. Those are the easiest ombres you'll ever do. So what I'm doing here is getting my first color on and trying to remember as I'm putting these on that I've got to get 5 colors on this nail. And I want them all to be about the same amount. So the way I did this now is I thought, well, about the width of the brush is, enough for each color. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just getting them in rainbow order here. And I did end up getting some red on that brush there. So I didn't want to transfer it back to the bottle. So I'm wiping off the red before it goes back into the yellow. And none of these are cured yet, by the way. These are all uncured gel polishes. So yeah, I'm just getting them on here in rainbow order. Trying to get them even. And like I said, the width of the brush, like each little line of color across the nail. And make sure my sides are covered and it's not on too thick. The blue and the purple are more pigmented, I guess I want to say, than the other colors. The red's pretty pigmented too, but so I was trying to get those on there kind of thin so they didn't take over color-wise. And so yeah, now I've got just lines of color. So they have to be blended together, but it takes nothing. You just kind of dab at them with an ombre brush or a little liner brush or any kind of, very, a brush that'll give you a light touch, basically. And yeah, that's all it takes. So I'm just wiping off in between the colors, and once I have them blended the way I want, then I will cure it. And I just did one layer. Just what you're seeing here is all I did. So yeah, there's no second layer that goes on after this. Okay, so got that pinky nail cured. Now I'm going to work on my pointer nail. It's going to be a full decal nail, so putting white underneath, as she recommends. And this is that Venalisa white that I talk about, or that I have talked about in the past. A really good, just basic white gel polish. You can do it in one coat, but I did 2 super thin coats on this nail. I'm just going to show you this first one. But yeah, that's what I'm doing here. I'm just getting ready for that decal. Second coat I cut out of the video, but there will be 2 coats of white total when I come back in just a second. Okay, so got the white cured. That's the decal I'm going to use on this nail. And got it in the water over there. I used the 30-second timer on my gel lamp, just, so I know that it's been in there 30 seconds. And then dab the excess water off. Kind of slide it between my fingers there to get the decal coming off. Pull it off and very quickly get it on the nail before it starts to dry. And then smooth it down. I like to start in the center and then kind of push out to the sides to make it as smooth as possible. It's a flat thing going onto a curved surface. I know y'all have heard me say that before, but yeah, they want to wrinkle and bubble on you, so just do it very carefully. But she makes very good quality, very thick decals. These are the thickest decals I've ever used. The ones I use from her. So yeah, they take up to, they will take a little bit of abuse. I mean, don't get real aggressive with them because they will tear, but they're pretty sturdy. So yeah, I'm just trying to push that down the sides and, make sure just it's flat to the nail everywhere. So yeah, see how pretty, how bright the colors are over that white. And yeah, these are just, oh, I'm so glad I got to use these. So once it dries a little bit, I didn't wait for it to dry quite enough. I was rushing it a little bit, but it's still a little bit gummy here. That's why I'm not having much luck cutting it. But yeah, I got it all trimmed. Again, filing down the sides to trim it off a little bit. And that will leave a very, very slight margin, like, I don't know, like 1/4 of a millimeter, just the tiniest margin ever. But when I put my base coat over the top of it, I kind of make sure and wrap my brush around the edges, the sides, the tip, all that, just to make sure that there's gel all the way around it. So it's not just a layer of plastics, stuff in the middle of the nail that can cause peeling or, cause any kind of issues later. So yeah, got the base coat on, and now it's time to do this middle nail, which I was dreading. So starting out with this kind of sheer-ish silver cat eye. God, my brain won't work. And I'm going to basically draw a rainbow with it. Let's see. How many colors did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want 5 of these little parts of the rainbow here. I can't think what to call them, but for each color, I want to do one little swoop of cat eye gel, and I want to magnetize them each separately and cure. I give them a flash cure in between. So yeah, I'm getting that the magnetic particles the way I want them to look. And yeah, there's that magnet again, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this is an awesome magnet. It is replacing my Big Daddy magnet. I love it. So yeah, once I've got the shine the way I want it to look, I give it like a 10-15 second flash cure and come in with the next color, or the next color will be going over top. So this nail had so much flash curing, it took forever. In between every little bit here, I had to flash cure. But in the end, I think it made it worth it in the end. But yeah, man, talk about a pain in the ass. This was This was a lot of back and forth, in and out of the lamp, in and out of the lamp, and yeah. So yeah, each little bit of the rainbow. 5 separate lines. I don't know what else to say here. So yeah, just magnetizing them as I go. I'm trying to rush it here, I think, because it gets monotonous. But so yeah, I just cut out the last 2. But yeah, there's 5 separate little lines on there, and now I've got my little 5 bits of gel polished colors laid out, and the same jelly colors I was using before. And I'm going to go over each one of those cat eye lines with a different color, flash curing those in between too, another 10 to 15 seconds for each color. I did a couple of tester nails, and you don't have to flash these colors in between. You can just line them all up. They will start to bleed into each other a little bit. If that's the look that you want, then hey, it looks good too. I did a tester nail both ways, and it looks fine either way. So I just wanted to make sure my colors were very separate for the step that's going on next. So yeah, that's why I decided to flash cure them in between. So yeah, I'm almost done here. I'm doing with the blue and then the purple. And once they're all on there, the nail gets a full 60-second cure. Because you can flash cure, but make sure you're curing completely when you're done. So yeah, that's where we are now. And now I'm going to be using this Bling It gel to add some like a 3D element to this rainbow. I wanted it to seem like it was like a gummy candy almost. Like that was the image I had in my mind, like a gummy candy, like the jelly shoes, that kind of stuff, So that was the look I was going for with this, and I thought that kind of fit in with the whole Lisa Frank aspect really well. I don't know. I'm still not happy with this nail. This part of it is fine. It's just the cloud that I put on here in a minute. I got it way too big, I think. But yeah, this part of it came out fine, I thought. It came out exactly how I wanted it to look. But yeah, I mess it all up here in a minute, I think. But so yeah, anyway, getting these separate lines of Bling It gel on there. It's very thick gel, so it will pretty much stay in the line you put it in. But you want to go, I was flash curing all these lines in between too. So yeah, more flash curing. Just to make sure that they kept, they would have all bled into each other, and it just would have been one blob if I hadn't flash cured in between. So yeah, just making sure each line stays separate on each color. And they all stay very 3D looking. And I'm almost done. I hate for it to be just, silence. I figure there ought to be either me talking or music on every part of this. So, yeah. Okay, so got all those done. And now I'm bringing out this stuff, which I haven't used for a while, since I think Christmas. I need to get back into this stuff. I need to use it more, because I do like the look of 3D. I feel like I always get it just a tiny bit too big. That's my problem. So I'm getting better at keeping it small, but man, it looks, I'm going to cut it up into little balls here, and on screen these balls look pretty decent size. In reality, they are tiny, and I should have made them half this size, honestly. But so yeah, my thinking with this was, I'm making a cloud. I want it to look like it's just little balls of gel that have all been kind of smushed together to keep with the kind of jelly aspect of the rainbow part. So yeah, I went ahead and added a couple more. There's 6 little balls in total. I wish I had gone with an odd number, either 5 or 7, but, oh well, hindsight. And so, yeah, I'm just kind of getting them placed on here in, like, the shape of a cloud, basically. And something else I should have done, I should have base coated this nail first, because this stuff does not like to stick to just a buff nail. They were not wanting to stick very well. But it once you curl them down, as long as they're smushed down on there really well, they'll be fine. But so yeah, I've got them all on there in like a basic cloud shape, and I didn't want it to look like a bunch of little balls all shoved together. I wanted it to actually look like a cloud, but bally. I don't, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, like a bally cloud. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to make I wanted the bottom of it to be flat, like a line across the bottom of it, but the rest of it to be kind of like almost fluffy looking. So yeah, I put shiny top coat over this in the end, but I'm contemplating going over just this cloud with matte. So y'all let me think about, or y'all let me know what you think about that. I don't know. I think it might look better matte. It'd be the only matte thing on this whole set, but I think it would look good. It might look a little better, but so yeah, anyway, I'm trying to get all those balls kind of smushed together and flattened out a little bit, but still retain their balliness. And I didn't want it sticking out too far over the sides of my nail, so that's why I'm trying to kind of keep it contained a little bit here. So yeah, I'm just once I get done messing around with this 3D gel, and you'll notice I'm only touching it with my tool or my gloved fingers. Do not touch this stuff with your bare skin, you all. Please, please don't do that. That's so bad for you. Gel allergies, once you get gel allergy, you got a gel allergy. But, okay, so, got my little bally cloud cured. So now it needs to be white. So I'm going over it with the same white gel polish. I'm going to take a little fine brush and go around the sides and make sure every bit of that clear gel is covered. And you can't see any of the clear underneath from any angle. When I get it the way I like it, I'm going to cure it. All right, so got all that cured. And now I pulled out this bottle of holographic top coat. It is a top coat with tiny little hollow glitter pieces in it. And I decided to go over this full decal nail with it. I felt like that nail needed something. It needed some kind of sparkle or something. Originally, I had thought about putting some of those 4-pointed hollow stars on top of it, but at this point, that would have been so much extra work. And I just didn't feel like fooling with it, so I thought this was the answer. And I decided to go over the cloud a little bit too, because, just because. Once I start using this hollow top coat, I find it hard to make myself stop. It has to go on everything, basically. So yeah, I thought the cloud could be sparkly too, so that's what I did. And now it's time for final top coat. So that's what I'm doing here. When I get to my middle nail, I'm just going, oh yeah, I'm going to go underneath, under the bottom of the pinky nail and the thumbnail, because they're glass nails and you want them to be as clear as possible. So the top coat underneath does make a big difference. But when I get to my middle nail, I am going to just basically go around the 3D stuff. the lines in the rainbow that I did with the Bling It gel, that stuff is no wipe, so don't have to worry about top coating that. And I've already gone over my cloud with that hollow top coat, which is just a regular, it's just a top coat with glitter in it, no wipe. I think I do go over the cloud just a tiny bit with this stuff though, but so yeah, I'm just top coating these, but yeah, y'all have to let me know what you think about this set. I'm not 100% sold on it. This set reminds me of those Christmas nails I did that just got away from me and just I said was like Christmas exploded on my nails. Yeah, it's just I feel like they're just a little too much, you know. It's like I didn't know where to stop with the rainbows, but I don't know. I figured they're Lisa Frank nails. They're supposed to be a little over the top, right? So I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. But in general, I'm fairly satisfied. It's just, I think that cloud is what's throwing me. If the cloud wasn't so big and if the French nail had come out better, I think I would be a lot happier. So yeah, doing the same thing I always do when I've got all my top coat in place. I scrape off my brush and then go down the sides of each nail to try and keep my shape as much as possible. I mean, I feel like my shape got away from me a long time ago on this set. But yeah, this is at this point is habit. So that's what I'm doing there and getting them cured. And that's it. They're done. Yeah, this definitely is rainbow explosion for sure. But and yeah, that French nail is just but I mean, hollow glitter and rainbows and Lisa Frank. I feel like it can't go too bad. So yeah, y'all let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about possibly making the cloud matte. So, and thank you for sticking around. I know it's been a long one. Before you leave, like, subscribe, comment, hype, all that good stuff. Thanks for being here this week. I appreciate you all. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.